What's up, YouTube? It's Elijah the Hero, and by now you've already heard, well, I hope that you've already heard, unless you were living under a rock, that there is a new Black Panther game being developed. This time it's by EA. It is not the same as the Captain America and Black Panther game that is made by a different studio entirely. This is a single player Black Panther game, third person, story driven, Black Panther game basically. And it's being made by EA, which I've already said, but here's the kicker. It's being made by a new studio at EA called Cliffhanger Games. And Cliffhanger Games is so new that they do not even have any games under their belt. This is their first game being made, and it's a Black Panther game, which could be great because the team is made of devs that worked on Shadow of Mordor, Halo Infinite, God of War, and more. So those are three pretty dope games in my opinion. Three games that I personally like: Shadow of Mordor and God of War. I thought Halo Infinite was kind of but those two games are pretty good. So, well, not pretty good. God of War is a fantastic game. So that's happy to hear. But yeah, this is going to be a third-person story-driven game. It's a single-player game, so there will be no co-op or multiplayer. Wakanda is a rich superhero sandbox. It's still very early in development, and those are basically the things that we know about the game and what has been said about the game from EA. And the reason why I want to bring it up, because typically I wouldn't have talked about a game like this unless there was like a teaser trailer or just a regular trailer like talking about the game. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because there are two Black Panther games being made right now: the Captain America and Black Panther game, which we really don't know anything about right now, and then this one. Hopefully this one does star T'Challa, because the other one, the Captain America one, does not. It stars his grandfather. I don't know his grandfather's name. I think it's like T'Chaka or something like that. I don't know. But hopefully this one is about T'Challa. And secondly, I'm actually pretty worried about this game. One, because it's made by a new studio, and that's kind of on the least of my worries about this game, because, you know, studios coming out with one or their first game, they're not always sleepers. They're not always really bad. Some of them are great. I don't have any examples to get off the top of my head, but some are great, and, you know, some are bad. But I don't know. I think that this team, it has, you know, the devs from Shadow of Mordor, Halo Infinite, and God of War doing it, so I don't think it could be that bad personally. The thing that is concerning about the game for me is that this is probably going to be one of the first like AAA black superhero games we get, if you're not counting Miles Morales. And I think this is the safest route they could go, and the most boring route they can go, because this is an EA game. An EA game, which means it's going to be close to like what a Ubisoft game would play like the Assassin's Creed RPG series. And I feel like that's going to be bad. I don't think people want that for a Black Panther game. I honestly don't know what people do want for a Black Panther game. I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be like a third-person hack and slash type of game with like kind of combat catered to kind of like, I would say maybe like the new Final Fantasy game or like Ninja Gaiden. But like, how do you write that in a story? Because Wakanda's technology is so advanced that he has literally wearing bulletproof armor. So like, are they going to be fighting Claw like they did in the Avengers game DLC for him, where like they had Sonic that was disrupting vibranium, so it made him be able to get hit? Or are they just going to write that off and just be like, oh, his suit doesn't deflect bullets? Like, I just don't understand how this is going to play. I don't know. Like, I'm excited for a Black Panther game, but I just don't know how a single player Black Panther game would play, especially an open world one. I don't really know. Like, how is he going to traverse Wakanda? Like, is he going to just be running and parkouring, jumping up buildings, running up buildings? Like, well, what's he going to do? Because Black Panther is a very techie hero too. He has a lot of tech that he uses. He doesn't use no grappling hooks or nothing like that. He's not Batman. So it's like, what is he going to do? Basically, I was just making this video basically to talk about like my worries about this game. I just feel like Black Panther is like such a hard character to build a game around personally, and I feel like it's not going to appease people the way they think it is. Like, if they were going to wanted to pick a black character to make a video game who deserves a video game, in my opinion, it's Static Shock. I feel like a Static Shock video game would be really good. and I don't feel like it would be very hard to make because they already have traversal down. He flies, so that's already one thing they could do. His powers are pretty cool. The things that you could possibly do with his powers might be cool. I don't know. I just feel like Black Panther is such a hard character to do a video game about. But that's basically the information that we got about the game. Let me know what you guys think about this new Black Panther game coming out. Do you want a new Black Panther game? Is there some other Marvel superheroes who you want to have the game? And like, if I had to pick some other superheroes who would want to have the game over Black Panther, it would definitely be Daredevil. I think Daredevil deserves the game. I would like a new Captain America game. I think a new Captain America game would be pretty cool. Definitely a new Iron Man game, which we are getting a new Iron Man game. I don't know who's making that, but we are getting that. Damn, who else do I want to have a game? A Flash game would be pretty cool with speed. I don't know how they would do that, but I think a Flash game would be pretty freaking cool. And I don't know, people want Superman games, but I don't think a Superman game is attainable yet. I don't know. It's the same thing with Black Panther. Like, what do you do for a guy who can basically do it all? You're like, he's a god basically, so like he could barely be hurt. So like, what do you do with that? And that's what Black Panther, like, his suit is literally like indestructible. What do you do against that? Like, how do you make him vulnerable? But yeah, those are just my quick thoughts about this new Black Panther game. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I've been Elijah the Hero. Peace.
Hey, pipe up, Rich. Baby, I don't crib key, run free. Don't you come back just for me. You diss me, miss me. This ain't coming cheap to me. A lost cause, just be. Cause I let you back and girl, that don't mean safety. Better